What's up, y'all, and welcome back to AABTV. And y'all already know what time it is. It is time to review our favorite show, Abbott Elementary. Y'all, I'm itching already just thinking about this episode. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so this episode 2, it opens with the PTA meeting, and we see Tariq and we see one of the other parents that we were introduced to in previous seasons. All the teachers are there, parents are there, people in the community are there, and it's just a meeting. Tariq being himself, making all type of jokes, not taking things really seriously, thinking he knows everything. Then they're having little back and forth conversations, and ends up being a whole party in there, as I guess it always does, as Tariq was saying. And they were all doing a line dance, which some people didn't even realize it. A line dance to Wow Wow West by Will Smith. I have not heard that song in years, y'all, and I was singing it. Surprised I still knew the moves and the dance. And then of course Barb, she was in the middle of the meeting, going back and forth with everybody. You know how she does, not realizing what celebrity is who, wrong names, everything. So that was pretty much like the opening. And then they also mentioned the gentrification of the neighborhood, the building of the golf course, as we discussed in the last episode, and we saw in the first episode of the season that is happening, and how, they don't want it to be done. What can they do to fix it and all that stuff? Remember the bribe between Melissa and Jacob and the guy from the golf course, the construction company, and Barb. And Melissa and Barb's over there like, y'all not messing with our stuff. We get what we said we gonna get. And then it jumps into Jacob. He's in his class, he's teaching his kids, but he's noticing something's going on with one of his students, and he's just like, what's going on with this? Ends up finding out that there's some fungal issues going on, and sends the little guy home. He mentions what it is in the teacher's lounge. Everybody starts going crazy. Greg runs off. Everybody's like, oh no. And then we learn that this is something that is common every year, and this mass outbreak is causing everybody to just run amok within the school. So as they're talking, Jacob doesn't seem to take it as serious as everybody else, and everybody's like, no, we're going to devise a plan so that it won't spread, it won't, get worse and worse and worse, because I remember this year it did this, and this year we got to keep the littles, like kindergarten, first grade, we got to keep them separated. We got to make sure that nobody is spreading this thing, because I don't got time. Melissa got a date that she wants to go on, so she refuses to get sick. Greg, we find out, is a germaphobe, and he just cannot handle any idea of getting sick, any idea of being infected, any idea of an outbreak just spreading. So he's just going crazy. Janine and Ava again devised this plan. So, and again, Jacob's just like, there's nothing to worry about, guys. There's nothing to worry about. We'll just keep the kids where we need to keep them, and everything will be everything. And Greg, he didn't want to be around nobody. He had his door locked. He didn't want Janine to come in. He didn't want none of his kids to go out. And mind you, they had this plan because it was technically a Friday, I believe. So they had this plan, him and Janine, to go and have like a movie night or whatever together, and they were really excited about it. At first Jacob tried to be the third wheel, but they was like, no bro, like no. So as he's not wanting to interact with nobody, she's starting to be like, okay, I mean, this is one of his quirks. I have my quirks too. I'm used to it. I knew it, but I don't think it's going to hinder us. I don't think it's going to be a problem. And of course we're going to have our date night, and then they go on. So as Jacob is like, walking through the hallway and all this stuff, the little boy comes back and he's like, well, why are you here? And if y'all didn't see the episode yet, or if you did see it last night, that letter was hilarious, because it was full of just black mama sayings that Jacob really did not understand. He said, is this a riddle? And I was just like, oh my gosh. And the little boy's mom was basically telling him, don't bring my son home. He's fine. he won't spread nothing. I don't got time for this, and I know y'all lying for thinking that he's about to stay home from school. No, I'll see him at 3 o'clock. So the little boy goes back to the classroom. Everybody's like, now it really is mission, let's not have the outbreak intact. So we get, again, Jacob is just like, y'all doing too much. But Ava, she's back in the pandemic garb. She's got the gloves, the mask, the suit, her hair pulled up. It was just crazy. She didn't want nobody in her office. Like, it was just crazy, crazy, crazy. So as the students are, just going about their day, again, Janine and Ava have devised a plan. They're letting the teachers know, like, basically, let's separate the kids. The top, upstairs, stay upstairs. Downstairs, stay downstairs. Nobody cross-contaminate. We won't have no issues. And they put our favorite janitor, Mr. Johnson, in charge of guarding the steps. And he took his job very, very seriously. Even fell asleep, but he was taking it seriously. Yeah, so then as they have this plan going on, they devised a plan, like I said, the upper grades are upstairs. They got it crossed out. Nobody can come down the steps. Well, Barb, she feels like she's immune to it. She's been the OG teacher for so long. She don't have to abide by these rules. So when she gets caught in the hallway, she's, again, by Melissa, she's explaining the fact that, God has protected her from it. And she's had this and she's had that and she's been fine. When you've been teaching this long, you're not worried about stuff like that. And so she just, she was going up and down the steps because, she teaches kindergarten, so they weren't supposed to go wherever in the building. But she, like I said, she felt like she was immune to it. Again, Melissa's taking it seriously because she has this date and she don't want nothing to ruin it. So then as the teachers are all like communicating with each other, trying to make sure that this plan stays in place, Janine decides to do her little knock on the door, or on the wall, to communicate kind of cutesy with her boo, but he didn't respond. So then she walks out into the hallway and he's got double locks on the door. He don't want to be near her. And then we find out, like I said, that he is very germophobic, which again, she knew that, but she was just kind of like, but it's all right, everybody's separated, nothing's happening, because he was so like concerned with it that he was like noticing every little thing. He was like trying to teach these kids all about whatever the fungus was that was going around, and they was all looking at him like he's crazy, like what is wrong with him. And then he also notices that a child in his classroom had a hoodie, and he was like, where'd that come from? And that child said that their sibling had brought it down to them. Mind you, as that was happening, or before that happened, Jacob was in his classroom trying to keep his kids in. They were getting bored. They were over it basically, and he was trying to be strong, go with the plan. And one of his students asked to go to the bathroom. Well, come to find out, this little boy never went to the bathroom. He was going everywhere, just all over the place. So everybody, again, went crazy, and he tries to figure out a way to help the situation. So whenever they finish all meeting in the hallway, he goes, sees that all of his kids are on one side of the room, and the boy that has the issue is sitting at his desk in a corner. And he's like, why are you separated? Like, what's going on? And he's just like, I don't mind. I don't want to get anybody else sick. So then he's like, light bulb goes off. How about we separate everybody, the exposed and the not exposed? And I'm gonna be the one to take one for the team. I'm gonna be the hero. I'm gonna sacrifice my health, even though I know I'm not gonna get anything, but I'm gonna sacrifice my health, and I'll volunteer as tribute to go into the area where the exposed children are until the end of the day. And so everybody else just basically agreed with that, and all the kids went home. But even before that, like I said, Ava, she was in her office all garbed up, didn't want no kids in her classroom. She just didn't want to deal with it. But even before Jacob decided to go, Barbara was just like, I ain't volunteering, so I'm out of here. And I was like, did she keep on going everywhere she wasn't supposed to go so that she could leave early? Because I would think people do that too as teachers. But she dipped out. Ava was like, deuces, I'm out of here too. And then, like I said, Jacob went off into the gym with the rest of the kids. By the end of the day, everybody is leaving. Greg still don't want nobody touching him. Jacob is thinking, he doesn't save the day, and everything's well and good. Well, at the end of the day, Janine is like, hey, it's the end of the day, we're still on, right? And Greg was looking at her like, no, we're gonna have to reschedule. And she looked very disappointed, and she was like, oh, okay. But again, like I said about sacrifice, he noticed that she was like upset about it, but she wasn't going to do much about it. So she just walks out looking all sad, and you think, that's the end of the episode, but then all of a sudden he comes out the door, and she's taken aback by it, because she's just like, because again, being in a relationship, she was afraid of being in this relationship, and like the quirks and the things that they have, and she just is probably used to people just doing what they want to do and not considering her. And so she was like taken aback by the fact that even though he was very isolated and off to himself and germophobic and all of that stuff, he decided to sacrifice all this, what he felt, to make her happy. So that kind of helped her attitude, and they walked off into the parking lot together for the weekend. And most of the time, that's what we have to do, right? We have to sacrifice ourselves. And that's exactly what Jacob did. He sacrificed himself because homeboy got it. I mean, when I tell you it was everywhere, this particular infection, it was everywhere, all on him. He was ate up, and even said that people was telling him they never seen anything like it before. Barb had a big one on her arm, and she just was just like, I'm out. But and then Melissa ended up getting it. Basically everybody did except for Ava. She got a different type of issue going on, but she wasn't complaining because of how sick she was. She felt like it was help keeping her snatched. She's very vain in that area. But yeah, like I said, the whole episode, it was funny. If you watched the episode, what the issue was that was going around. And again, as I'm talking about it, I'm literally itching, just literally itching. I had to look up what the episode was about yesterday, just to make sure that I was like familiar with it, because I haven't heard it in a long time. And I was just like, it's more susceptible in kids, it can happen more in children, but it is very, very, very contagious. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like literally, y'all, I'm starting to itch. Y'all see me scratching? I'm starting to itch, y'all. But yeah, it's just teachers, we put ourselves out there, and we end up getting them things. Like, I know for a fact, like I've never in my whole life had strep until last year, and I had it twice within the school year, and it was horrible. And then I got it recently over the summer, working with kids again. But always, I love this episode. So yeah, y'all, that was kind of a quick rundown. As y'all can see, I'm not in the car, I'm in an empty room, and I did this just because I wanted to have a different background, clearer picture, and I wasn't doing nothing on lunch, so why not make the video? If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. Did you all like the video? The issue that was going around in the school, have you guys ever had that before? As children or as adults? Let me know, because I don't hear about that too much or too often. So I'm like, what happened? Do people still get that, y'all? I didn't even know that athlete's foot is basically that as well in adults. Like, what? That is insane. But anyways, y'all, I'm still over here itching. Like, look at that. Look, you guys, look what is happening. We just came from outside too. Maybe I get bit. Lord, as I'm talking about it, look at me, I'm breaking out. Oh my gosh, I need to go isolate. Well, anyways, you guys, thank you for watching. I'm about to go figure out what's happening with this. Again, like I said, if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, tell somebody about our channel. We do this every week. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Until then, you guys, I appreciate you for watching.